Here we have the status page for GitHub, and it looks green and on good, and we suspect has high uptime, probably, like a lot of green lines, some red, but mostly green. But I found this funny page. It's the missing GitHub status page. So it aggregates all these GitHub services and then puts it into one line, and then you can see that the uptime is not that good anymore. So here it doesn't even show the uptime in any numbers, but here it does on this missing GitHub status page. So it aggregates the numbers from here, and it shows them for the individual services, as we can see. And the big ones that are like the worst, it's Copilot, 96%, 0.67. And then it's also GitHub Actions with 98.16% uptime. So this is during the last 90 days. But in aggregate, then currently it has 93.25% uptime. So for a big portion of the period, it's down. Something is not working during that time. And I think it's a bit funny that GitHub being owned by Microsoft, and they are not even able to achieve 2 nines. They have only 1 9, and that's quite bad, I would say. But historically, the GitHub status page, it used to look like this. So this is from 2017, and here they had a number for the availability of GitHub. So they used to have it, but they removed it. I guess it was too embarrassing to show it. And with high availability, and that's usually 5 nines, so 99.999% of uptime. And then if you have this amount of uptime, then it's about 5 minutes of downtime per year. And we can see here on Wikipedia, they have a table where they illustrate the number of nines. So 1 9, and that would be 90%. 2 nines would be 99. 3 nines is 99.9%, and so on. So here we had 5 nines, and here downtime per year. So that's like 5 minutes per year. GitHub, that's somewhere between here 90 and 95%. Yeah, you can see the amount of downtime. So it's somewhere in between here, like 25 days or something during a year. And we can see per week with these availability levels. So it's 16.8 hours or 8.4 hours, somewhere in between there. GitHub is laying, and it's quite embarrassing, I would say. And it seems like they agree as well, since they don't even show their number anymore. So I think they agree. And I think it's quite funny, like I said, since they are owned by Microsoft, and it's the biggest Git repository, and so many people rely on GitHub, but still it's down so often. And if we check here on this missing GitHub status page, we can also go down here and see incident timeline, and like here, authentication failures in GitHub, disruption with some GitHub services regarding file upload, disruption with some GitHub services, and yeah, so like it's almost daily different outages and disruptions, and yeah, who knows what. It's always something going on here. Feels like maybe it's not the right architecture or something if it's failing this often. At least we can use this as a confidence boost. So if even GitHub is failing this often, then yeah, I think we can have better confidence with our own applications that we ourselves are building. That yeah, if we are at least better than 93%, then we are better than GitHub and Microsoft. So that's quite impressive. So yeah, that's at least something.